A very warm welcome to my podcast. आज हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं वो जेंजी को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। और जेंजी जो है, अगर आप लोग ये सोच रहे हैं कि जेंजी क्या होते हैं, तो जेंजी वो ग्रुप है, वो जनरेशन है जो मिलेनियल्स के बाद आता है। मतलब अभी कुछ लोग उसमें से बड़े हो रहे हैं। दे आर स्टिल नॉट 30, दे आर स्टिल नॉट 30। और बहुत सारा जो वर्क फोर्स है इंटायर वर्ल्ड में वो जेंजी है। तो ये बनता है जेंजी का कि हम उनके बारे में समझें और जानें। मैंने एक्चुअली लिटरली गूगल किया कि जेंजी कैसे लगते हैं और क्या होते हैं। उनके बारे में पता चला कि दे आर हिटिंग लाइफ माइलस्टोन्स, दे आर pragmatic अबाउट वर्क, बट दे आर प्रोन टू एंजाइटी, दे आर बिग ऑन सेविंग एंड इन्वेस्टिंग, दे आर कीन टू ट्रैवल, nutrition is in but fat diets are out. It's a question mark. Their environmental attitude is not as good as we think. और उनको पॉडकास्ट बहुत पसंद है। गेमिंग जो है उनके लिए पास टाइम नहीं है। और एआई, आई एम अगेंस्ट एआई, सॉरी, बट जो जेंजी है वो एआई के फेवर में है। लेकिन मेरा जो टॉपिक है वो इसके बारे में नहीं है। मेरा जो टॉपिक है वो जेंजी के जो फ्लैग बेरर हैं, अंकुश धर्मदासानी, उनसे ये है कि भाई आप स्पिरिचुअलिटी में कैसे आ गए। बिकॉज बाकी सारी ये सारी चीजें तो मेरी समझ में आती हैं। आई हैव इंटरव्यूड इन द पास्ट अदर जेंजीज, बट दे वर नॉट वेरी कीन ऑन स्पिरिचुअलिटी। थोड़ी थोड़ी बातें कर लेते हैं तो, लेकिन उतने नहीं है। तो आप इतने ज्यादा कैसे कि कुंभ भी नहा आए और पूरे आप भूल भी जाते हैं कभी कभी कि यू आर एजेंसी। वेरी वेरी वार्म वेलकम अंकुश, टेल मी
Thank
समथिंग।
thank you so much, ma'am, for having me here. I mean, I'm super excited to, represent Gen Z. Um, ये ये शुरुआत वहां से थी because we've always been rooted to the family. तो फैमिली में हमेशा से ये था कि on Mondays or Thursdays, without fail, all my family members go to Sai Baba temple on Thursday.
Okay.
Without missing a beat. So it has always been like that, and I never actually. I mean, I knew there is some power or something bigger than the humans and all that will handle. But what is it? How is it? वो ऐसा कभी कुछ था नहीं. इतना ज़्यादा I've never. I mean, I was never so much into spirituality and all.
अच्छा,
ओनली पोस्ट लॉकडाउन. इसके पहले हाँ मंदिर जाना है, थैंक यू, मंदिर जाते हैं.
मतलब मोर लाइक रिलीजियस एक्टिविटीज।
या
हाँ हाँ।
या तो इट वाज ओनली टू दैट एक्सटेंट. बट lockdown is when I actually came across numerology and astrology and what happens and what not happens. So that is somewhere, things started triggering a little more. I wanted to know in depth. But still I was not that spiritual. I mean, not like I have to pray or I have to do something. Ha bas mandir dikha, this one thing. Now I question myself, like whenever I'm passing by I just do this, or I've seen people doing this, whether it's
Exactly.
family, friends, anybody. It's just like, but what are we actually doing? I mean, why
Correct.
this? What is this? So now a lot of questions have come up about it. So the complete spirituality, or to have an experience that there is some sort of miracle, or there is somebody above all the humans and is gonna be there, personally speaking, I don't want to generalize because I don't know, everybody has their own belief system and everybody has their own set of experiences. So
True.
2022, if I'm not wrong, is when I went back to Shirdi. लाइक
Okay.
आफ्टर अ रियली लॉन्ग टाइम, बहुत समय बाद, तकरीबन 7-8 साल या शायद 5 साल के तो ऊपर हो ही गया था, मैं शिरडी गया नहीं था. वो शिरडी तब जाते थे तो फैमिली वेकेशन टाइप होता था कि एक्साइटेड, लॉन्ग ड्राइव एंड ऑल दैट. बट पता नहीं क्यों उस बार वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड वाज ट्रैवलिंग एंड ही इंसिस्टेड कि व्हाई डोंट यू कम. एंड आई सेड इट्स बीन रियली लॉन्ग, आई हैव नेवर बीन टू शिरडी आफ्टर दैट, लेट मी जस्ट गो एंड कम. तो एवरीथिंग वाज गुड. मंदिर गए दर्शन के लिए. That's when I actually saw the idol and I started weeping. I started crying my heart out without realizing why am I crying.
Correct, correct. I also had the similar experiences, multiple similar experiences. I get you.
Right. और मेरे को बिल्कुल नहीं समझ रहा है कि ना ही मैं कुछ ओवर थिंक कर रहा था या ना ही ऐसा कुछ हुआ है रोने जैसा, बट वहां पे द फीलिंग, द पीस, आई कुड फील अ काम इन माय हार्ट.
Hmm.
Even though everything was chaotic, there's matlab, I'm not even sure what situation I was in back then. I'm in touch with, it's not something worse than what other people have to face, but that's when I actually started questioning why did this happen. Or I've literally stepped out of the temple, and as soon as I got the access to my phone, the very first question I googled was why do people cry in the temples, what is the reason behind it.
Okay. What did you find? Interesting question.
I I didn't find any proper answer to it. People just had their experiences written down, and after that, I happened to meet Pandit ji also, and
Mhm.
I said, "Why did that happen?" He just said that you felt the presence, you felt there is something, and when you actually do, when you see eye to eye contact, when you do with the idol, that's when you start your emotions. But still I'm not satisfied with the answer that I've got. I've not got like why it happened. So that's how my journey towards spirituality began.
Because it was such a different experience
Right.
from what you had before कि आपको लगा कि ये कुछ तो है.
Yeah.
In a way, Panditji was right. I will kind of agree with him that you felt the presence. Mainly, you felt the energy, and
Yeah.
that probably you were in some kind of stress or under some kind of, unknown, or you were probably, pushing your feeling, something like that. And that, you felt that energy that was soothing.
Right.
तो कभी कभी खुशी के भी आंसू आते हैं तो
मैं
कभी
सही
कभी
बोल रहा हूँ, मेरे को खुद समझ नहीं आ रहा कि वो खुशी के हैं, दुख के हैं, किस टाइप क्या
ये
है.
दुख के तो नहीं थे, दुख के तो
Right,
पक्का नहीं थे.
100%. Because the moment I've stepped out, I was very curious. Why did this happen to me, and what was the reason that I was so overwhelmed at that point of time? Apart from googling, I was at peace. I literally was just at peace. There is no chaos. There is nothing beyond that. I was just at peace.
Meditative state, kind of meditative state.
Yes. So that's how, and that's when I could like I could sense why my family has so much of devotion, bhakti towards Sai Baba, Shirdi, right? They have so much, without fail, all entire family goes once in a year to Shirdi without fail. You
Mhm.
buy a new house, you go, something good happened, go visit Shirdi. You bought a new vehicle, go visit Shirdi. Anything good that is happening, you have to go visit, pay a, like
Pay your
attendance, yes,
respects.
yeah, pay our respects. And then yeah, that's how it has been. And
Take the
that's when I could,
blessings.
yes, take blessings. Sorry, I was lost. I mean, I was short of words and lost as well. I went back
I
to the
think
same.
you are still there somewhere. जब आप बात कर रहे हैं तो you are somewhere, आपका attention जो है वहीं पर शिरडी साईं बाबा के पास ही है. So
Right.
that's why the words are not coming, maybe. That I'll just an explanation.
Yes.
तो वहां से आपकी जर्नी टुवर्ड्स स्पिरिचुअलिटी, मतलब वो पहला स्टेप था,
Right.
पहला नॉक था स्पिरिचुअलिटी का, जिसने आपको खटखटाया कि
Ji.
सी आई एम हियर. Then something interesting happened. You said, because one thing I know for sure, कि you went to Kumbh, which
Yeah.
is again not very common to hear, unless you were pushed कि जाओ कुंभ जाओ, which I don't think you were. You
I
willing?
was.
You were pushed?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. One of my friend, like closest friend, wanted to go to Kumbh very badly. So
Wow.
he has been planning this for 1.5 months or 2 months, but nobody was accompanying him. Nobody. So I said, out of courtesy, I said, cool, no problem. If even if nobody's accompanying you, I will do that. Don't worry. So the thing is, I am very scared of crowds, and after the news coming up, being stuck in traffic and all of that, so I
Mhm.
really didn't want myself to be in trouble. I mean, eventually जाके गंगा में नहाना है. I mean, if that is the main, because कुंभ का जो the I mean the hype was so much that every second person was going down to Kumbh, and the amount of crowd legitimate was so huge that looking at everything, I was not that interested to go down to Kumbh at all. Because I thought later on I'll go to Ganga Ji, I'll take a dip, it's okay. There was some astrologically, there was some I mean,
yeah,
the
few
planets
days were there, right?
yeah, so that I had no idea about. So I said, fine, no problem. I mean, later on also we can go. Bhagwan ji maaf kar denge. ठीक है नहीं गए तो क्या हुआ? So I was in that sort. And then when I said my dad later on that we are planning to go to Kumbh and all. So the very first question is he asked us, why do you want to go to Kumbh?
Right.
You should have yeah. Like why? Usually he said your people want to travel to party places or go to beach side, have a vacation. But I mean, he knows that I go to Shirdi, but then he's like, why do you want to go to Kumbh? And for what? So instantly my answer was paap dhone ja raha hu main. And his response to that was,
क्या पाप किए?
नहीं नहीं पाप नहीं. He said in response to that was like, फिर तो पूरी दुनिया जानी चाहिए उधर. हम तो गए नहीं है. That doesn't mean that we are papist. He calls it papist. So I said it was a fun conversation, and then he said no, there's too much of rush and you can't. And the worst part was my friend, like then eventually a couple of them agreed they wanted to travel down in car, and I'm not a person who has so much of patience and persistence to sit in one place for 12 hours 13 hours straight. So I was not happy with that either. But eventually the trip started and everything was just fun. And it was like I was not being that irritated also, because I was sitting in the car also. I was very worried about my own patterns, because I know I've never went on such a long drive. Like this is extremely long.
It was a drive.
Yeah, a drive.
From south to north.
Yes.
Oh my God, how many days it took?
9 days.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what has happened. So we started from my hometown, and then we reached Nagpur. We reached Varanasi.
Right.
Everything was fun. I happened to meet Dr. Azra as well.
Yeah.
So after all that, that evening, I happened to visit Manikarnika Ghat.
Right.
We have heard a lot of stories about Manikarnika Ghat, and that
But I want to hear your version also, for sure.
So for me, there was something that I really need to visit Manikarnika Ghat, because I've heard a lot of stories about it. Very few people have said positive about that place. A lot of them have said a lot of negative negative side. I didn't knew what. I mean, I might have just had a glimpse of those stories, but not in depth. So we were just walking down the ghats, and I happened to visit Manikarnika Ghat. Like I just bumped into it, and I had no clue कि आगे Manikarnika Ghat है. And that's when I realized, oh, this is Manikarnika Ghat. I stood there calmly for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But मेरी वहां से जाने की इच्छा नहीं हो रही थी.
Oh, wow.
And I could feel that I am fearless at that point of time. I mean, whatever anxiety, career, overthinking, everything was just vanished for 15, 20 minutes. I felt fearless at that point of time. I said, I felt that I overthink a lot. There is nothing, I mean, I should, instead of overthink and waste my energy, I need to really work on things. And I'm sure if I plan to go to moon, I'll land up, maybe not on the moon, but at least some other country. Right? If I plan, I mean, yeah, I know my example just jumbled up.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Perfect. You have to aim. You have to aim. That's what you're saying.
So I felt very fearless at that point of time. I said, it's not a big deal for me to achieve what I've thought of or what I've dreamt of.
Of
So
course.
because every time the things that majorly affect and stop me is log kya kahenge, oh I'm not that confident enough, or there will be some or the other way that will make, I mean, maybe I'll make an excuse out of it and then be like nahi मेरे से तो नहीं हो रहा sort. तो वहां पे जो I felt that fearfulness, I mean, was gone, completely gone. And I eventually have like, when I tend like emotionally dependent हो जाता हूँ मैं.
Mm-hmm.
वो मतलब दोस्त है तो हाँ बाबा दोस्त रहना ही चाहिए, या नहीं रहा तो like sort of I developed that eventually. I mean, पहले इसके पहले वैसा कभी नहीं था that मैं होटल जा रहा हूँ ब्रेकफास्ट खाने, lunch, whatever it is, I need to have a companion. It was initially never like that, but somewhere in past 6 months or seven, I kind of had developed it. I was not liking when I was going alone. So now, that from that point of time, the emotionally dependent and codependency has somehow again gone. I'm like,
Gone.
and pehle kaise tha, oh, this person, even though I like or don't like, irrespective of what that is, so I was like, no, I just have to keep a distance with people. But post that trip, I felt, irrespective of what they are, who they are, I mean, I'm going out for a movie. I don't care if there are 10, 20, or just two of us or three. I am just going to maintain my agenda for that day. If I want to watch a movie, if they are coming, well and good. If they're not, well and good. So, sort of those shifts that I have seen that happened in Varanasi has changed me as a person.
So, one word I would sum it up as ki you found yourself.
Yeah, yes, 100%. And I'm in love with Varanasi. I was about to, I mean, I should have been traveling to Varanasi this month again, but
Okay.
my work commitments didn't allow. So yeah, maybe anytime soon.
Sure, sure. You are with yourself.
Yes.
I actually stress on this a lot that you have to find yourself. That's why meditation is important. But you found it in a trip.
Yeah.
It was, I think it was a life-changing moment, in a life-changing trip.
Right.
Right. So what happened in Kumbh? Because I saw one thing on Instagram, it was very thoughtful. I liked it there also and even on threads. So talk to me about that. I feel that it was from Kumbh or it was from Varanasi.
Varanasi.
Hmm.
Varanasi has held a very special place. I initially, if people would have told me you need to find yourself, be yourself, I never understood the actual meaning
Understood
of.
that thing. Yes,
I mean,
yes.
what is to be yourself? I mean, I know myself, but now that I have been working with, I mean, not working, but then I know you all a little and I understand what is it. So yeah, now I can figure out what is to be with yourself, or to get actually the meaning. To understand yourself is way too different than what we
Find your
have.
own rhythm.
Yeah.
In my opinion, finding your own self, which you are that exactly on the same path, or you have found yourself, it is again, to be investigated more.
Yeah.
But I would say that you finding your own rhythm.
Right.
Like very this morning, I was listening to some other, though I'm not Gen Z for sure, much older, but still I feel that you have to find your own rhythm. Once in your own, you are in your music, you are off other noises that is chaos, creating chaos in your life. And
Right.
that's the spirituality, in my opinion, finding yourself. So when you went to Kumbh, did it change more? Were you like influenced by, the crowd, which was really a
I
big
was
crowd?
lucky enough, honestly speaking, I was lucky enough. 26th was Mahashivratri, and I
Mm,
was there on 25th night. So when we walked in, we didn't have to face so much of rush. There was, I mean, we could
right.
walk peacefully. The moment we stepped in, we went into batches because we had to hold clothes and all of that happened. Post 12, all we were five of us. All five went to take a dip post 12 a.m.
Mm,
So
mm.
like Mahashivratri itself. and we took a dip and we were out. The water was cold, refreshing, but honestly speaking, I mean, I didn't experience anything much at Kumbh than what I had experienced in Varanasi. I mean,
वाराणसी
for me, Varanasi was like बहुत पहले, मतलब ऊपर सबसे, उसके बाद whatever I might have done was still lesser to me for the amount of feeling that I had, or whatever I felt in Varanasi was way too different than anything else. मैं उसी वो वाराणसी के फीलिंग में ही पूरे 9 दिन अभी तक उसी केस में जी
अभी
रहा हूँ.
तक हूँ. अच्छा.
Yeah,
So what was when you I know about Manikarnika Ghat, like
right.
what it is for, but what was the, like, visuals? Because see, the five senses, they help us, right? So
Yeah,
what was the thing you just try to take me there, okay, along with you. So you have stepped in,
yeah.
okay. Now what are you looking at? What are you feeling? What you're smelling?
um I just walked in there and I actually saw a woman crying. Now, I have no idea if she had lost a family member. I mean, there were a couple of family members doing their rituals and all of it. So it didn't, but one thing that I felt was, I mean, I was just staring at this one, um, I would say one body that was lying for the cremation, but yet they were not. And the person who was responsible or was supposed to do all of it was waiting for people to drop in their money, like they वो देते मतलब कुछ changes or something they'll keep on it. So he was just waiting for some time, and initially a minute I just took to figure out ki where is this, what is this happening. I mean, first I felt, how is that person just waiting for that? I mean, when a person is alive, you have a respect out of humanity, or if you know them, you have so much of respect, and once that person is not there, you don't even call it by its name. You say ki
Mhm.
body
It's
hai. Yeah. So I was just waiting there, and I, out of nowhere, I just found myself lost. My friends are calling me from back, like they were like, we're calling you from past 10 minutes, you're not responding, and I have no clue, because I was so lost at the moment, just staring at the burning funeral. Like, it was burnt. I was just right there standing and staring at it. And that's when the realization also, like after I started moving, like eventually everybody has to come here only. Everybody has to go through one. You come and you go, all of that happens. But more than anything else, I felt if I don't do what I want to do, I don't want to go on the deathbed also regretting that I didn't do.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't utilize my life to the fullest.
Right.
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 And I see a lot of us. I mean, even see, money is definitely important. I am not that spiritual guru who will tell you, or nahi nahi paisa nahi hai to chalta hai zindagi. No, money
नहीं.
is actually super important, but more than that, I feel my well-being, about who I am, what I think of myself, and what actually I am moving towards the path. And that's when I also realized that what actually growth is. We
Mhm.
see people change. We all have issues with breakup, makeup, and all of that, or betrayal with your friends, and everything is fine, but
That
we
is all
don't
drama,
realize.
actually.
Yes,
In my
but
opinion, they are all drama.
definitely they're all drama, but then we have this thing ki, oh, this person changed, that person changed, they outgrew. I've come across a lot of episodes and podcasts that say you outgrew and all of that, but in true sense, the growth is when you actually move from, I mean, you change yourself to adapt to new things,
Correct.
and you sort of have that positive well-being from within. I mean, you
Absolutely.
start feeling that about yourself, and that is what I call growth.
Yeah, yeah. True.
And
Correct. Correct.
eventually, when you have that, because I clearly remember when I had a episode with you, you mentioned about how talking positive about yourself
Yeah.
changes a lot of aspect, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
I started practicing it like maybe 7 months back, 8 months back, post the episode, not to a
Mhm.
full-fledged level, but I was doing it a little, and now it is full-fledged, so I can feel the difference within me.
Yes, yes. It is very
To,
effective.
yeah, to a person who always spoke negative, I always felt negative. Now, even if I have challenges, now recently there was a situation wherein nothing was in my power. I couldn't change it, nor my family would have changed it. Nobody would have changed it for me. So as I told you, right, spirituality and all. So I just left it to my God. I told him that, you already know there is nothing in my power. If anything is there, I have done everything. Even if nothing is visible, you can help me find a way and sort it out. But I know you're at the end, and not because not I have done anything wrong. I know you will never let anything bad affect me. And trust me, I I was so calm. I just gave it upon, like, you have to do it, because
Yeah.
nothing, it is not in my power. And I just trusted him. I left it out. Cut to within a week, everything is like, if I actually look myself back then, before, what kind of human I was, I would have taken it to so much into my head. I would have overthinked it a lot, cried, did this, that, everything would have happened. I would not be in a good mood and stable mood also. But now I'm like, ठीक है ना, he's there, he'll look after it. I don't have to worry. ठीक है, चला गया. He'll give more. Maybe that
Mm.
was not. So these changes in me is what I'm liking. And
Yeah.
more than that, I find myself to be more positive, more happy from within. I mean, if you realize what I was, I mean, if you remember the glimpse and glams that we have spoken off camera, and now if you see me, I hope you find the difference. Or
No,
I
I'm already seeing the difference, and I cannot explain you that how happy I am to
thank
see the change, to see the change. Because I always feel that taking a step ahead is important. But
right,
a lot of time, I won't say most of the time, but a lot of time, taking a step back and knowing that when to take that step back is more important
right.
for your peace and happiness. So I can see that change, and that is so wonderful.
Thank you.
That is so nice to hear.
So all this happened from Shirdi, Dheere Dheere. Things have changed so much. This Kumbh, so we did Omkareshwar and all the Jyotirling as well. And
Mm.
obviously, Shirdi has had to be there. So yeah, everything. I mean, I was not too irritated and too pissed. Now I know how to handle things at a peace rather than crying, crumbling about it. More than everything, I know, you wake up, meditate. अभी तक उस उतने बड़े लेवल तक नहीं पहुंचा हूँ. कोशिश
बड़ा लेवल क्या है?
नहीं, मतलब मेडिटेट 5 मिनट ढंग से बैठ जाओ, मेरे
बहुत
लिए वो.
है, बहुत है, बहुत है. यू यू इफ यू आर मेडिटेटिंग, मेरा जो अपना एक्सपीरियंस है, आई एम ऑल्सो नॉट अ गुरु, एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू बी एन ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन, टू बी ऑनेस्ट.
Right,
So what I feel is that if you are intending to meditate, and if you went into that step, went to that state of mind, that's enough. आपको जैसे हम लोग आपने जो बोला ना कि मंदिर जाते तो ये वाला करते हैं, राइट?
right,
तो इफ यू आर मेडिटेटिंग रेगुलरली, सो इट इज ऑलवेज दैट. सी, सारे लोगों का काम नहीं होता वह एक ही. जैसे खाना ही खाना है, तो एक बच्चा जो खाना खाएगा, अडल्ट वो नहीं खाएगा. और
right,
ओल्डर, इवन ओल्डर पीपल, दे विल नॉट ईट लाइक दैट, राइट?
right,
इट डिपेंड्स विच स्टेट of time you are in. So
right.
don't regret, first of all, any kind of
No,
negativity.
no.
नहीं, नो, एक वो जो अफसोस हो रहा है कि मैं 5 ही मिनट तो कर पाता. अरे बहुत है, 5 मिनट करता हूँ.
Right.
That is
And
like
also,
that.
I want to add one more super important thing here that I feel, um, going into this journey, being so positive. I mean, I am not consciously being positive. Eventually, that has turned out in me.
To be positive, yeah.
Yeah, because I always post the episode I was talking to you about, to be positive slowly, steadily. Like, kahin kahin lagta hai, theek hai, sort of. I've started attracting a lot of good people as well, because
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
super important that I have noticed. Every time I had this question, why do I always find such people? I mean, the group and all. But now it has given me so different perspective towards life, to see positive in people. And also, attracting a lot of good people.
Yes, yes,
Good in
yes.
the sense, not good looking, but I
No,
mean,
no, good in the
everybody
sense the
is.
energy, in
Yeah,
terms
yeah,
of energy, in
the
terms of
energy. Yes. So that is one very super thing that I've found, and I'm so truly happy and blessed with whatever. I mean, I can literally feel that, you know, I am sort of in a progress. That मतलब हमेशा कैसे होता था, I will start, but you might have seen I'm not that consistent enough with my episodes either. But now coming back to track, so now I know that, you know, I can do.
yeah, of course you
So
can.
this has been my spiritual journey towards, and there's a lot, I'm sure there's a lot to experience. Touch wood.
No, no, no. Your journey, like this is called as transformation, Ankush. What
Right,
you just underwent is transformation, spiritual transformation. Now, जैसे हम लोग ना रास्ते जाते हैं, अलग अलग रास्ते जाते हैं, right?
right,
So you have created a new path for yourself. तो उसको भी छोड़ना नहीं है. You walk on your this physical realm for sure. लेकिन ये वाला जो path है, that is your something, your secret which is within you, which is secret to your own self. I am so happy that you experienced this, and the reality made you feel that. The
yeah,
reality of life, isn't it? Now I understood that what exactly happened, and I am even more happy that you could share this with detail.
yes,
So
thank you.
it's a request for Gen Z कि देखिए Gen Z, ये आपके flag bearer है, and you should really try to experience this
Right,
behaving, and you know what, I won't say that कि अभी के अभी सारे के सारे लोग चले जाएं और सब वही experience करें. Again, it is the superpower, the power of the universe which is guiding you कि कब वो experience होगा.
right.
I would say you are still early.
I actually post this trip, I thanked my friend, like, thank you for pushing me towards this trip, even though I never wanted to be a part of this. But thank you for pushing me towards it. Else, I wouldn't have realized what I am missing out on. And
Right.
all of a sudden, I say, why? What happened to you? I said, nothing happened, Baba. You were the one who pushed me, because I had given my word, like, even if nobody's accompanying, I'll do that out of courtesy. I did say, but I'm glad that I did. I was forced to be on this. Maybe वो बोलते हैं
You're
ना
supposed
कि
to.
शायद लिखा होगा, but
Destined, you were. That was the
yeah,
there.
but I'm truly, truly happy
Blessed.
and blessed that I
Blessed,
did there.
blessed.
Yeah,
It was amazing. Really, I wasn't expecting this kind of transformation in you. And the words, the way they came out,
right.
it is truly telling me that yes, you have, you know, changed. You have gone there. अब आप वहाँ हैं जहाँ आपको होना चाहिए था. So it's a
Yeah.
new journey altogether. I'm so proud of you because
Thank you,
you
ma'am.
were, and so happy. Like you made my day in a different way, but you did make. So thank you so much,
Thank
Ankush.
you.
Yes, you want
I'm
to say? Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to say I'm more than happy to be at your episode, and I wanted to share this out loud. Not I Even if people change, don't change, eventually I feel that is their call, and that
Yeah.
is up to them. But I'm more than happy that you gave me a platform to share my experience, because this has been so different, and I can literally feel the difference that I was and I am, and I know that I will be much, much, much better than what I am today as well. So
Right.
I mean, thank you to you, because it all started with the slight change that you asked me to do, to speak positive. I mean, even though we were just doing it for the episode, and you told me about it, and that's when I started it slowly. I won't say I did like
Thank you.
आपने बोल दिया and I just did like quick. धीरे धीरे से थोड़ा थोड़ा सा I
So,
started inculcating, is what from there till date I have been a completely different person. Touch wood.
oh my God, Ankush, मतलब amazing. Thank you so much कि आपने सुना,
My
right? You heard me and you did it. You believed that it is possible. It is something which is correct, probably.
right.
So बहुत बड़ी बात है. I am really indebted to you for your kind words, and thank you so much for joining.
Thank
and
you.
sharing your amazing story. And your life is changed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. So, this amazing podcast on spirituality, I'm very sure that it will resonate with everyone. It should resonate. If it is not,
Right.
please listen to it again, watch it again, because it is something which is beyond, the words, the normal things. It's not a news. Not a news flash. It's coming from within. That is what spirituality is. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. Thank you.